Every second that you spend not living the life that you want to live is a second wasted. I want you to get that through your head because a lot of people don't realize this. Every single second that you're not living how you want to, or at least working towards it, is a second that goes out the door. It's crazy. How can you spend so much time doing things that aren't going to add to your life whatsoever? You have all the time in the world to construct your dream life, live your life how you want, wake up where you want, go to sleep where you want, go to sleep with who you want, work wherever you want, and you don't do it. You just waste time. So today we're going to talk about the 5 steps to achieve that dream life that you've always wanted. So before we talk about the steps, I want you to realize that it's not a course that you need to buy. It's not a car that you need to have. What you need to achieve that life that you've always wanted is in you. It's the biggest tool in all of humanity, and it's your mind. Now, chances are you don't control your mind right now. Your mind controls you. You're lazy. You procrastinate. You don't do what you know you need to do. You let that little bitch voice inside your head tell you what you shouldn't be doing. So the first step to achieving that dream life of yours is to master your mind. Because quite frankly, you can achieve literally anything you put your mind to. I know when we were younger, our parents and our teachers would tell us, you can be whatever you want, just work hard. And it sounds cringy and corny and all that, but it's legitimately true. However, obviously, our parents didn't tell us the full extent of it. There's more depth into the saying, you can be what you want. So we're going to go in depth and we're going to talk about the 5 steps that you need to take to find your purpose, to act on that purpose, and to achieve that purpose. So the first step I want you to take is shattering limiting beliefs. Now, all of us have limiting beliefs, whether they're small limiting beliefs like, no, you can't lose 20 pounds, or they're big limiting beliefs like, my family's cursed, I'll never be rich, or my father was an alcoholic, I'm going to be an alcoholic. You see, these limiting beliefs determine the truth of your life. There's a story that I like a lot about the 2 sons of an alcoholic father. You see, the father was a drunk, and he would come home and beat his wife and beat the kids, and he would just drink himself to death. And as the sons grew up, both of them came to resent alcohol, but in different ways. You see, the first son told himself, I'm cursed. I'm going to be an alcoholic just like my father. There's no other way. And the second son told himself, I will never be like my father because he was an alcoholic, and I'm going to prove to myself that I won't be. Who was right? Both of them. Because one had limiting beliefs about what he could or could not do, and the other trusted himself enough to break that generational curse. So your beliefs are what determine your reality. So what are some common limiting beliefs that a lot of us have? For example, I'm unlucky. I just don't get what I want in life. That's bullshit. The only reason why you're unlucky is because you're telling yourself you're unlucky. Every single person that was lucky or fortunate, however you want to call it, had the internal belief that they deserved what they have. If you're calling yourself unlucky, you're basically cucking yourself from control over your life. You're saying, no, it's not my fault that my situation is shit. It's the universe's fault. Good luck with that. So the first step to demolishing these limiting beliefs is to spot them. Now, these occur daily. Even when you try to stop them, they're put into our minds by society, by our teachers, by our peers, etc. So every time you notice yourself having a limiting belief, cut it off and replace it with a positive belief. For example, if you're with your friend and you say, yeah, I'm going to make a business, all your friends might laugh at you and they might say, you're stupid. How are you going to make a business? Businesses don't even work. And then you'll just start thinking to yourself, maybe they're right. Maybe I shouldn't start that business. Maybe it is a waste of time. That's a limiting belief. Now, that limiting belief may have been caused by your friends, but that limiting belief resonated with you and you start believing it, which is the worst part. So step one is getting away from people who give you limiting beliefs. And step two is reinstitutionalizing your brain to where you know what you can achieve. You replace all those limiting beliefs with positive beliefs. Instead of, I don't know if I can make that business, replace that thought with, I know I can make a 7-figure business if I put my time and effort to it right now. So step two is operating from a sense of gratitude. Now, this is very difficult for a lot of people because we're so used to victimizing ourselves. Oh, it sucks that I don't have money in the bank. It sucks that I don't have enough to pay rent, or I'm always struggling. It sucks that I have to work in this job I fucking hate. Yes, but realize that there's kids half your age that are going through things that would make grown men cry. You're not going through that. You're completely fine. 99% of you are in a first world country. What do you have to cry about? You can't buy a new phone? Most of you have food on the table every day. So instead of operating from negativity and I don't have this, I should want this sucks, operate from gratitude. I may not have money, but I'm alive and I'm well. And I can make money. I have a mind. I have legs that I can use to walk. I have arms that I can use to fight. Every single one of you has that. You see, the universe doesn't give money to people who are needy. It gives money to people who have an abundance mindset. You see, the same way that if you chase women, they'll just hate you more. If you chase money, it'll just stray further away from you. Now, it's already good to work for money and to discipline yourself, but that's not chasing money. That's trying to become the type of person that money likes and the type of person that has money. So what do? You flip the switch. You go from chasing money or chasing success or chasing fame to attracting it. How do you do that? You do that by operating from a mindset of abundance. Instead of chasing wealth or chasing fame, you become the type of person that has wealth or has fame. You already think of yourself as that type of person. So instead of telling yourself, I hate my job, I hate that I don't have money, I hate that I struggle to pay rent, I hate that I'm fat, tell yourself, I am the type of person that can make money. I know that I can lose weight. Thank you, God, or the universe, whatever you believe in, for giving me this mind and this body that I can control and I can use for my own benefit. Another thing that you can do is donate. You can do acts of good. That's also living in abundance, because you know that you have enough to share. And you might say, no way I have enough to share. Of course you do. Take 10% of what you earn, I don't care if it's $5, and you give it away, because there's other people that need it more than you. And whenever you give, you receive. That says it in the Bible. Your parents have told you that a million times. And people still find a way to cling on to what they have. And also, you must get in the mindset that you have to give the universe no choice but to give you what you want. Not by chasing it, but by becoming the type of man that has every single characteristic of the goal that you want to achieve. If I become disciplined, if I become mentally and physically strong, if I become capable in every area of excellence, how can I not succeed? How can I not become successful? It's impossible. So work from an area of being grateful instead of from an area of hate. Now, step 3 is determining your end goal, determining your purpose in life. What do you want to achieve? If you work 18-hour days and you work super hard and you sleep no nights at all and you have no goal, you will achieve nothing. You need to have a goal and a plan to get there so you can get from point A to point B. Now, first of all, how do you determine that goal? How do you know what you truly want in life? You see, that's why a lot of men feel empty or feel depressed, because they don't know what they want in life, and therefore their existence is meaningless. So I want you to ask yourself these questions. Once I ask you the questions, you're going to pause the video, and if you don't know your purpose, I want you to spend at least 2 days without electronics, constantly asking yourself these questions. Oh, but Jorge, how can I spend 2 days without electronics? Oh my God, what if my mom texts me? What if I need to do something? What if I need to play my little game? Shut up. You're the priority. You don't even know what you want to do in life. You're going to spend 2 days without electronics, and you're going to ask yourself these questions. And by the end of it, you're going to know what to do with the rest of your fucking life. So the first question I want you to ask yourself during these 3 days is, if I were a billionaire and I had all the money in the world, money was no issue, what would I do? What would I still put effort into? Now, maybe you love soccer. Maybe you would still play soccer and maybe even teach soccer. That's your purpose. That's what you like. Maybe you would still do business because you love the intricacies of solving problems and helping people and negotiating. That's your purpose. Or maybe you would just be a teacher or a family man or a firefighter because you think it's cool and maybe your dad was one. That is your purpose. I want you to visualize an event that moves you. Maybe it's winning a world championship belt. Maybe it's winning a cup in the EuroLeague. Maybe it's winning an NBA championship. Maybe it's just having a child. Close your eyes and actually visualize it. I want you to be living in it. Does this move you to tears? Does it bring you at least close to tears? If it does, we're getting close to your purpose. If it doesn't, it's not even close. Because your purpose should be something you're so passionate about that every time you think about it, every time you visualize it, it moves you. Now, a third question I want you to ask yourself is, when have you felt the happiest? Maybe it's time when you were a child and you won that one football game with your friends. Or maybe it's when you finally solved that math problem that was so hard to understand. Or maybe it was just explaining things to your brother or your dad. In that case, maybe your calling is to be some sort of educator or a teacher. Remove all the bullshit social media that cars make you happy, houses make you happy, diamond watches make you happy. Yeah, they're cool, but what's the core desire that 7-year-old you wanted to have when he was older? Think about that. And the fourth question, and the one that helped me the most, is take the younger version of yourself, maybe 2 years back, maybe 5 years back, maybe 6 months back, and ask yourself, what guidance did he need? What type of person did he need in his life? What questions did he need to be resolved? What questions did he need to be asked? How did he need to be pushed? What would have been his ideal mentor? You, from now. Because who knows yourself better and your trials and tribulations than you? Maybe that's your purpose, helping your younger self. Because we all think we're so special and that we all go through unique problems. And that's not true. As men, we go through very similar problems. And the reason why you're listening to me is because you can see that I have gone through the same problems as you. And I've overcome them, or I am overcoming them. And I'm teaching you how to do so. So what separates you from me? Your perspective. You have a different perspective than me on problems, situations, life. And a lot of people would resonate more with your perspective than they would with mine. And that's completely fine. But maybe that's your purpose, to help your younger self. Now, step 4 is manifesting. And before you come at me with oh, manifesting is bullshit, etc., hear me out. I too thought that manifesting was absolute bullshit. I thought it was just for hippies and fat girls who believe in zodiac signs. But manifesting isn't bullshit. Because if you really think about it, manifesting is just having utter belief in yourself that you're going to be able to predict your future. Not even predict, to know that your future is going to go the way you want it to go. And then pairing that with the action to bring it there. So yes, the manifestation that hippies and fat bitches believe in is completely retarded, I know. But the real manifestation lies in thinking about something you want, knowing that you desire it over anything else, and working so hard to achieve that, that there is not one drop of doubt that you won't achieve. That's real manifestation. So I'm going to teach you a simple way to manifest. Now I want you to close your eyes. No, like actually close them. Take a deep breath, get in a relaxed state. And I want you to think about your ideal day, your dream day. It doesn't have to be anything super huge. It doesn't have to be a special day. It's your day-to-day life. But I don't want you to think about, oh yeah, I wake up, I make money, and I go to sleep. No, go deeper. I want details. Where do you wake up? What color is the bed? Who are you waking up next to? Is it the girl of your dreams? Is it 5 girls of your dreams? I don't know. What do you do as soon as you get out of bed? Can you drink some water? What do you eat? Do you even eat breakfast? Where do you go? Do you go to the gym? Do you chill at the house? Do you have kids? All of these things I want you to think about when you're imagining this dream day. But I want you to think about all the little details. And I want you to do this for a good 5 minutes. Just relax and think about it. Now, once you've determined what your dream day would look like, I want you to write it down somewhere. Every single detail. So whenever you wonder why you're working so hard, you can read and you know why you're doing it. You see, it should make you angry that you don't have that yet. It should make you angry that you're not putting every single ounce of willpower into achieving it. So this leads on to step 5, which is action. The whole knowledge that we created in this video goes out the fucking window if you don't act upon it. And that's the problem with people that watch a bunch of YouTube self-improvement bullshit now, is that they'll watch 80 of those videos in 1 month and they won't act upon one video they saw. I assure you, if you acted on one video, you would get way farther than if you watched 80. So, as we said, now that we have the goal, we need a blueprint to take action. Now, if you don't have a blueprint yet, you can check out my last video. I think that'll give you some help. But once you have that blueprint, you need to decide that that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life until you achieve the end goal. Your goals probably aren't going to be easy unless you set very small goals. They're going to test you. They're going to see if you deserve all their glory. You need to be up to that challenge. So I want you to look at your daily actions and I want you to implement one rule. And I can't stress how important this rule is. One rule. And it's going to change your life forever. The rule is, every time you make a choice or take an action, is it bringing you further away from your goal, or is it getting you closer to your goal? For example, your goal is to get in the best shape of your life. And your friends one day ask you out to drinks. And you know that, first of all, you can't skip the gym because that would stray you further away from your goal. And second of all, if you guys are going to take some beers, that's going to put on some pounds. So what do you do? Now, the past you would probably say, oh yeah, it's one day. It doesn't matter. But you're straying further away from your goals. But now that you have this rule and you're not a bitch, you're going to say, no, that's not aligned with my goals. They can say, oh, you're just being extreme. Oh, you're stupid. That's fine. Don't listen to them. If it's not aligned with your goals, you're not going to do it. Do you understand? Now, who do you hang around? Do they get you closer to your goals? Or do they get you farther away from your goals? You need to be ruthless with this. Listen, I know you love your friends and they're probably super funny, but chances are you're going to outgrow them. And I'm not saying you need to cut them off, because I believe that people get cut off by themselves. If you start progressing, they stay back here. But you need to start thinking about getting around people who are actually going to elevate you and get you closer to what you want to achieve. Every single thing in your life needs to be designed so that you achieve that dream life that you wanted. So every single fucking time you make a decision, ask yourself the question, does this get me closer to my goal or farther to my goal? And you'll see how your life explodes. You're welcome.